Hey, this is Raulh of Please Act Right. For all the women out there relying on Section 8, claiming to be strong and independent, this video is for you. Are you financially ready? Before we get started, I'd like to give a special thanks to Hassani Ali and Adrian Mason for your generous contribution. Please know that your continued support is greatly appreciated.
At Athens' city-sanctioned encampment, you could technically be in an apartment right now if you could find one that would accept the voucher.
Yes.
So here's the issue. Landlords in Atlanta are no longer wanting to accept Section 8 vouchers. So there's a lot of these people, mostly women and children, are having to live in these tents. There are a lot of women in Atlanta over the years who have been claiming to be strong and independent, who are now realizing they're not as independent as they thought they were. How do you think you're independent when your livelihood relies on a government subsidy?
Let me just clarify one thing real quick for you guys. If you are one of these people who are obsessed with claiming being independent, let me just clarify something for you. If you have ever taken child support, alimony, any type of money from your child's father, welfare, food stamps, subsidized childcare, or anything under the sun, free lunch program at school, you can claim a lot of things, but you cannot claim to be an independent woman. Sorry, that's just how it works. And in a fair world, granted, there's a few exceptions where dads just don't want to be in their child's lives. If you are so incapable of raising your children without any of these programs, give your kids to your child's father and see how easily they provide a safe, nurturing home for your kids without any assistance. The reason you don't want to do that is because that will validate you as the inferior parent. Sorry, that's how it works, and the system we have in place encourages that behavior.
Low levels of collagen show up in more ways than one. Although sagging skin and wrinkles are the most common ones that come to mind, did you know that your nails and your joints can also be signs of low collagen levels as well? One of the quickest ways to help combat low levels of collagen is to supplement it with a high-quality collagen supplement. And there may not be a better choice than HealthActRight.com, which uses 5 critically important types of collagen to help provide your skin, nails, and joints the nutrients they need. Look the best this coming spring-summer season for 51% off, plus receive several free bonuses, including VIP health coaching for life, before the half-off sale ends by going to HealthActRight.com. That's HealthActRight.com, or simply click on the link in the description. The best part is, you have 60 days to change your mind if you're not fully satisfied. Order now and thank me later.
Sorry, that's how it works, and the system we have in place encourages that behavior.
Well, that system is not going to work in their favor if the landlords are refusing to take Section 8 vouchers.
It's like a waste of time.
We met Yvonne Sims and Vincent Dillard at Athens' city-sanctioned encampment. You could technically be in an apartment right now if you could find one that would accept the voucher.
Yes. What's the use of a voucher and I can't do anything with it?
Nikita Blanc is getting her master's in sociology at Georgia State University. As part of the program, she spent a year working at the Marietta Housing Authority.
I've seen the desperation in a lot of people's faces when they can't find a place.
Moved by her experience, she is working with other students to figure out why landlords are locking out tenants on Section 8.
We just want to know, did you not get paid on time? Was the relationship with the tenant bad?
Well, let me help you out, young lady, on why landlords are locking out Section 8 recipients. It's because too many of them destroy our property. For some of y'all who have been following me for a while, you know that I've been a landlord for approximately 25 years. And I just sold the last of my rental properties at the end of last year. I stopped renting Section 8 about 15 years ago simply because of that very reason. They don't respect things that belong to other people. Here you are, handing them the keys to a perfectly good house, and they'll destroy that house in a very short period of time. Then the inspection is due a year later, and now the inspector is writing up all these broken things that you as the landlord have to repair, and the tenant themselves, they don't get chastised, nor do they have to pay for anything out of their pocket.
The federal government limits how much it will pay in rent. Landlords are subject to housing authority inspections and must be willing to take rent payments from 2 sources, the tenant and the government. In a hot rental market, they could all be reasons.
Not only do you have to deal with them tearing up your property and you have to pay out of pocket for the repairs, now this woman whose rent is only $55 is constantly paying late or lying trying to get out of paying the $55 that she owes you every month. They act like that $55 shouldn't be anything to you as a landlord because you own property. But the reality is, you signed the lease to pay the total amount which we agreed on. Then pay the portion you are supposed to pay. And also, we need all that money because chances are she's going to tear up the property and we're going to be on the hook for repairing it.
Sometimes it's like an unspoken thing. We're not going to tell you we don't accept it, but we want you to make 3 times the rent. And your credit score needs to be XYZ.
All barriers landlords know someone using a voucher can't achieve. In Cobb County, the Housing Authority says in the past 2 years, the number of landlords actively participating in their program has dropped 20%.
And that's how we get ourselves away from Section 8 tenants, even though our property was just recently occupied by a Section 8 recipient. And our property is still on the Section 8 list. We just asked for 3 times the amount of security deposit plus first month's rent, which we know the average Section 8 recipient cannot afford. Also, we have them fill out an application. So when we see on the application that they are a Section 8 voucher recipient, we just send them a letter saying, sorry, we found a more suitable tenant for our property. This way we can avoid the possibility of them trying to file a discrimination lawsuit against us. When we want out, we will find a way out.
And according to our open records request, housing authorities across the state report less than half of the families who get vouchers use them.
And that's because us landlords were sick and tired of jumping through hoops for the Section 8 program. But the tenant, they can pretty much get away with anything they want. And you watch, these numbers are going to get even higher when it comes down to landlords not wanting to accept Section 8. It's pretty big in Athens, Georgia. But watch, as time goes on, it's going to spread to other states.
What would you say is at stake if we don't figure this out?
You're going to see a huge increase in homelessness, women, children, the elderly, our most vulnerable, our most vulnerable populations will be suffering.
So for those of y'all who don't already know, landlords have to jump through a lot of hoops just to get their property on Section 8. First, you got to call and make an appointment. Then you got to go to that appointment. They'll give you a caseworker, and then you have to sit there and fill out all these forms right in front of the caseworker. God forbid you don't have all the information right then and there. Then you have to take the application home, finish filling it out, make another appointment to bring it back for the caseworker to look over it and approve it and send it through. Then you gotta wait for them to get in touch with you to schedule you for an inspection. Then when the inspector comes, anything that they write up, like chip paint or anything that's loose or broken, you have to make another appointment after you fix it for them to come back and approve the repairs. Then you can be added to the Section 8 list. Most time, it could take anywhere from 1 to 3 months to get everything in place in order for you to start interviewing Section 8 tenants. And after all of that, you give this house to a tenant and they come up in your house and tear everything up and then try to dodge you for the $55 that she owes per month. And you're pretty much stuck in rent control because Section 8 is only going to pay so much money per house based on the number of bedrooms. Not to mention that property taxes are skyrocketing. So we need to make more rent in order to keep the property. We could charge a regular renter $1,800 a month when Section 8 will only pay $1,200 a month for that same house. And we don't have to deal with those annual inspections anymore. So for all the elderly out there who were taking care of the landlord's property, and the women out there with children who were taking care of the landlord's property, you know who's to blame for this, right? These women who don't control their children and allow them to destroy the landlord's property. Not to mention, they're letting other people live in there that weren't on the list on the application that they filled out. Therefore, having even more people tearing up your property. That's who you have to blame for this. And of course, those will be the same women running around talking about how they're independent and don't need a man because they can do it all by themselves. You know how they say winter is coming? Well, for a lot of women on Section 8, winter is here. Oh, and don't think I forgot about you regular working women.
How you doing? So I was talking to one of my friends. He is an attorney and owns a successful practice, and he said that he's having to hire a whole bunch of new lawyers because his firm is filing thousands, not hundreds, thousands of eviction notices and foreclosure notices per week in the state of Georgia and 3 other states. Did y'all hear me? Thousands. Like, real talk, it's really looking scary like 2008, 2009. And what I want to know is, where are these people going to go stay? Like, for real, why is this not what's being discussed on the news every night? Like, we have a really bad housing crisis in this country. And, you know, I've talked and said all this stuff about BlackRock and all these people buying up these houses to rent. Maybe there's going to be some big, huge government contract for Section 8 expansion.
If there's going to be a government expansion for Section 8, there's going to be a problem with that in the near future too. Because as you just saw, landlords are getting out of renting Section 8. But as far as the regular earning women, I see some of the videos that you all are making on your TikTok and Instagram, and I'm checking out the background of all that overpriced stuff in your overpriced house. According to financial experts, the worst is yet to come. So if you're already living paycheck to paycheck, it's only going to get worse. And I know how some of you materialistic women are. You will live paycheck to paycheck just so you can fake and look like you living the life. But in reality, your behind is broke. So you know how y'all keep yelling how you're strong and independent and don't need a man, and you don't want to go 50-50 with a man? Over the next few years, keep that same energy. Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, keep that same energy. My name is Raulh. See you in another video.
I don't want to be an independent woman anymore. This is not all that it's cracked up to be. Been doing it for quite some time now, and tired. Somebody come get me!
No, 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 I don't wanna, no, no, oh, no, no, no.
So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these two videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.